Hello, it's Just David here, and welcome to another film review on Jack Short. And today, yes, we're going to be doing another film review for this week. I promised you that I was going to do another one, and yep, this is another film review for Monday. Last week I talked about the Ted 1, basically the Ted 1 film, what I've been watching 10 times now. I did a film review on that, and today we're going to be doing the second one. We're going to be doing Ted 2. We're going to be doing the second one, which I've watched. I've watched it more times than the first one, and yeah, the reason I'm going to be doing this one as well is because this one's got a more storyline to it. So I've watched that one about 15 times more than the first one, and I like this one more than the first one, and the reason why is because this one has a lot more of a story on it. Basically, I'll tell you a few details when we get into it anyway. Basically, this one has a lot more of a story on it. Basically, it has the same characters in it, but basically it just has a lot more of a story than what happens in the basically in the first one. So, yep. So it's by Mark Wahlberg again. So basically he's in the second one again, and it's and also it's by McFeely as well. Steph McFeely, who basically did the first one, and he's done the second one, and he's also going to do the third one as well. That comes out in a couple of months' time. He's doing the third one when that comes out as well. So basically he's been doing all of them. It's by McFeely and Mark Wahlberg, and that Laurie, she's basically not in this one, and she's not in this one. I think she got basically what happened at the end of the first one is basically when John and Laurie got married. Basically, I think John broke the relationship up, and John is now in the second one, and Laurie's not in the first one, just because that Laurie thinks that Mark broke it up. So it's just Mark in the second one who just directs it. So yeah, Laurie's not in this one, but apparently she's been replaced by Amanda Seyfried, which is that girl who has that blonde hair, and basically she appears in the second half of the film. So I can't really explain. So it says the Thunder Buddies are back. So what it means is basically Ted 1 was made in 2012 and this one was made in 2015, so it's like 3 years in between, and basically the Thunder Buddies are back. So basically they are back friends, and they make into a second one. So it is age 15 on DVD and Blu-ray. So basically you can either watch it on Blu-ray or you can watch it on normal DVD. I basically watch it on my Xbox One because I have Blu-ray. So basically I watch it on there, and I can watch the film, and it's by The Sun Close. It's got 4 stars on both of them. So yeah, in this review I'm going to be reading basically the whole of the whole story of what happens in the number 2 version, but it kind of has a story. So it says sit down, open a beer, laugh your ass off. So basically what that means is basically you can sit down and open a beer while you're watching the film. So it's also got some bonus features, which is the Thunder Buddies for Life, deleted scenes, and gas reams. Reams, I can't even say that word properly. But basically, in the first one it didn't have some deleted scenes, but in this one it has some deleted scenes on it. So in this one it has some deleted scenes on it, basically. So it kind of reminds me. So right, let's go and start reading it out then. And oh yeah, I basically got a comment from Jordan Campbell on the last one, and apparently Jordan Campbell did like it. So if he's watching this one as well, hopefully he puts a comment if he's got this one as well. Anyway, let's get into it. The world's most How Mountain Teddy Bear is back and better than ever in a Family Guy created Seth MacFarlane's Ted 2. Ted, voiced by McFeely. So basically, the Steph McFeely, he's voiced by the Ted 2 guy. So basically, he filmed the Ted 1, and he's voiced by Ted 2, which is McFeely. And John, Mark Wahlberg, the other guys, must go to court when Ted declines by not Commonwealth amassed to be not a person. So basically, in this one, what happens in this one is basically they think that Ted is not a person. So basically, this is why the story comes to it, because what happens is they basically go to court, and basically they find out that Ted is not a person, and I don't know why this happens for some reason, but basically the court guy finds out that he's not a person. Everyone boos about it, and basically he thinks that he's basically pollen. Basically he's kind of like the pollen guy, where he's not a person. And basically, that Donny guy, he's back in this one, and he thinks that Ted's not a person, and basically they think that he's pollen, basically, where they kind of think that he's not a person. He's married to sexy Tammy Lynn, so basically Tammy Lynn, who was in the first film, basically they get together, so she's basically in this one, and they actually plan to get married. So like the first part of the film in the second one, basically they get married. So basically it's Ted and Tammy Lynn, they get married in the church, basically, and that she gets married to Ted. So basically, and also at the end of the film they get married again. And basically, Tammy Lynn's he's basically his girlfriend. What they got married from, so they get married at the end of the second one. So yeah, Tammy Lynn is kind of like that, where she adopts the child at the end of it. So that's kind of that one. And keeping them adopting a child. So basically, they adopt a child right at the end of the film. So basically, what happens is right at the end of the film, is basically they go back into court again. They basically go back into court. Basically, the court guy kind of explains that Ted is now a person. Kind of explains, and basically Ted says to Tammy Lynn, he says, "Will you marry me?" So basically, they got married, and then they got back into their house again, and then they adopt a child called Polly Green. What's his surname now? Polly Green no, not McKee. I can't remember, because it's been a while since I've last watched it, so I can't exactly remember. Basically, they call it Polly Green. Basically, that's the name of the baby. So that's what they usually call it. The Funny Buddies for life. Basically, Funny Buddies for life are John and McPhelan, of course. And their life is a lawyer, Amanda Seyfried, Mamma Mia. So basically, Amanda Seyfried, who's in the Mamma Mia films, basically she's in this one, and she's a lawyer. Basically, what happens in half of the film is Ted and John go to New York. They go to New York, and basically they find Amanda there. And basically they help her out because she's a lawyer. And basically, what happens is she helps John and Ted out to find out that Ted is kind of like a person and not a person. So basically, she kind of like helps them. And basically, what happens at the end of the film, where the campfire scene normally is basically Amanda and John get together. Basically, Ted gets a bit jealous about it, which is completely fine. And then what happens is they get together, and basically Amanda kind of like works out, and then she kind of like helps out that Ted is basically not a person. So there's kind of a lot that happens in this one. There's kind of a lot, and then basically what happens. Anyway, let's get back to it. And the fight in the crease in Ted is a richly comedy, and that without a double funny movie of the year, Mark S. Allen at Mark Movie CBTV. So basically, the end part means is that basically Ted is a funny guy in the movie. So basically, he's a lot more of a funny guy. I think he's a lot better in this one, because basically he speaks a lot more, and it kind of like has a lot of a story to it than what basically the second one than the first one was. So this one kind of like has a lot more of a kind of like. It has kind of a lot more of a story in this one. So basically, when you kind of like recognise it, kind of like has a lot more of it. So that's kind of all of it from there. So it's 15 years of age, and also it's got the DVD. It's fit for viewings by a person aged 15 or more. So basically, if people are 15, they can watch it. If they're under than that, they can't watch it, because another thing I've got about this one is this one has a lot of swearing in it. This one has a lot more of swearing. Basically, I know that the first one didn't have as much swearing on it, but I know that this one has a lot more swearing on this one. Kind of like reminded me of the first one, where that didn't have much swearing in it, so that kind of way I'm on myself. So I'm not going to tell you the characters a lot in this one. So in this one, we've got Mark Wahlberg, aka John Bennett. We've got Steph McPhelan, aka Ted. Amanda Seyfried, aka Samuel L. Jackson. Basically, she's directed by Samuel L. Jackson, but it's not Samuel L. Jackson. Basically, that tall guy with the bald head. Basically, it's a different Samuel L. Jackson. Basically, John and Ted think she's from that Samuel L. Jackson film, but she kind of like I think she spells her a little bit different than the real Samuel L. Jackson. But basically, her middle name is called Leslie Jackson and not L. Jackson. So basically, she kind of changes it up so she doesn't copy the name. So Samuel L. Jackson, aka Amanda Seyfried. Basically, Donnie. Basically, the Donnie guy, aka what's his character name by? It's something G. I can't exactly remember. I think it's called something Ribs. I can't exactly remember, but he's directed by Donnie, who's kind of the guy who was in the first one, where basically Ray kidnaps her. And basically what happens in this film as well is they go to New York. And basically what happens in New York is they find a lawyer, they find another lawyer, and also Morgan Freeman as well. Morgan Freeman's in this one as well. And basically what happens is they go and see Morgan Freeman, you know, that guy who's kind of got the grey head. And basically they go to him, they find out that Ted is not a person. And basically what happens is that Donnie guy, basically that Donnie guy, he basically is in the Comic-Con, you know, the Comic-Con, what they have in New York. Basically, they find Donnie in there, and what Donnie does is he wears that wig for some reason. I don't know why, it's kind of a little bit weird, I don't know why he wears that wig, but basically he's wearing that wig. It's not real hair, it's just a wig that he wears. And basically what happens is he dresses up as a ninja, like do you know the Ninja Turtles? Basically he dresses up as one of them Ninja Turtles, and what happens is basically he finds him, and he tells him that basically he's not a person, and he basically kidnaps him, and basically John and Sam find out what happens. Basically John punches him in the face, and then they get out of Comic-Con, and then they basically find out of actually what be able to happen. But the pros about Donnie, by the way, is basically in this one he doesn't have his kid in this one, because what happens at the end of Ted 1, basically his kid dies. Basically John punches Donnie's kid in the face, and basically he dies, and then basically there's only Donnie in the second one, and basically he works himself on his own. Like basically he's on his own in this one, but kind of like he reminds it, and he kind of still remembers of what he did in the first one. So in the second one, he basically finds out in New York, and he kidnaps Ted. They basically find out, and another thing what happens is that rocket ship that's right up in Comic-Con. What happens is Donnie, I think he has like blood on him on his nose here, and basically what happens is he pushes that rocket ship into John Bennett, and basically what happens then is Johnny's onto the ground, and then Ted finds out of who's kidnapped him. And basically the police get Donnie out of that costume, and then basically he gets arrested. And then what happens is Johnny goes to hospital. He goes to New York Hospital, and then basically Tommy Lynn, Sam and Ted find out of actually what's happened. And then basically there's a bit of a funny joke. Basically what happens in the film, right at the end of the film, is basically John kidnaps Ted. Well, he doesn't really kidnap him. So basically what happens is Johnny finds out if he's dead, but he's not really dead. And basically he makes a joke on him, and then basically when he wakes up he surprises everyone, and then he's alive again. And then basically that's kind of the way back to it. And that's a really funny bit about the film. That's one of my best parts about the film. Basically when he's asleep in the hospital, and then basically you don't find out that he's dead, and he's not dead. And basically he wakes up and he surprises everyone, and that's kind of the way I've actually helped like John normally works. And John Bennett, he's an absolutely brilliant character. Like he's like basically my favourite character in this film. Like I can't really surprise him of actually how a good character he is, but he's absolutely brilliant. I think I've got to say he's better in this one and the basically in the first one. He's kind of like a lot better than what he is in this one. He plays so much better in this one as well. He plays a lot more better in this one, and I think this one I got to say is probably just a lot more better than basically what happens in the original ones. And that's what I do like about John Bennett. Just because in the first one he wasn't really as talky in this one. I know, sir, he also still had his job in the second one as well. And also Ted. And basically what happens to Ted, by the way, is basically he sacks his job. So basically what happens when he's not a person, when they find out he's not a person, basically his shop manager, the store manager, finds out he's not a person, and basically he sacked his job, basically because they didn't find out he's a person. And then Ted got a little bit lonely because he didn't have his job back. And then basically he got kind of very relaxed. And then I think what happens basically in at the end of the second one is I think he gets his job back because he kind of remembers that he's a person again. So he kind of gets his job back because Donnie finds out that he's got arrested. But yeah, Donnie, he got arrested twice. He got arrested in the first one because he kidnapped him, and then he got released from prison 3 years ago in the second one, and he's done it again by kidnapping Ted again, and then he got arrested again, and then basically I think in the third one, I'm not sure if he gets arrested again, I don't know, but we'll have to go and find out when that comes out. But I can't wait for Ted 3. That's going to be an absolutely brilliant film. I can't wait until that comes out, because I can't wait to watch that on Blu-ray. That's going to be an absolutely brilliant film. And we'll have to go and find out basically if Donnie gets arrested or not in the third one. Yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant film. Like I said from before, it has an absolutely brilliant story to this one. Like, the story is absolutely brilliant. Like, in the first one, there's not much story to it, but this one has a lot more story. So I'm going to tell you a bit of the story, what happens. So basically, one part is they go to New York to find Amanda Seyfried, and she finds out that she's the lawyer. Number 2 is they go to New York to find Morgan Freeman. So basically, they find out if Ted is kind of like the lawyer. And another thing is do you know that Tom Brady? Basically, they go to his house and they burn his house up. They go to Tom Brady's house, and they basically find out that he's basically got that baby for Tammy Lynn and Ted himself. And then basically they burn out Tom Brady's house. Basically they burn it out, and then basically the police are involved, but they don't get arrested, which is completely great news. Another thing what happens is Ted goes to the hospital and he finds out of actually what happened, and Ted finds out to trying to sort out with his baby kind of problems, and then basically they go to the hospital. So yeah, there's a lot that happens in this one. There's kind of a lot that happens in this one. And also there's another funny part when they go to the cafe. Do you know that cafe when they start to go to New York? Basically there's that big fat guy, and what happens is do you know them cookie crumb? Do you know them cookie the chocolate chip cookies what Amanda throws at his bum? That's kind of another funny moment that I really like about this one. But there's so many funny moments about this film. There's absolutely loads of it, and it's absolutely brilliant. One of the best films I've watched, and I think it definitely deserved it. So yeah, I'm not going to go into full detail of this review because it is only a film review. But like I said, if you've not seen the film, please go and watch it right now. It's an absolutely brilliant film. I have watched it 15 times, and you guys need to watch it if you've not seen it yet. It's an absolutely brilliant one, and I've really enjoyed the film so far. But I can't wait until Ted 3 comes out. That's going to be a brilliant film. It comes out in October, and I can't wait. It's only 2 months away now until that comes out. I cannot wait, and hopefully it's going to be a little bit better, because I know that this one was a little bit longer than the first one as well. But hopefully this one it's going to be a lot more the third one. And also the third one as well. I do know that I know that the third one does have Laurie back in it again, so that's going to be looking forward to as well. I know Sam's back in the third one. I know Sam Mark's in the third one as well. So like I said, I will do a film review on that when I've watched the Ted 3. But apart from that, that is the end of Ted 2. I've rambled on for such a long time on this review, but I'm going to go and end it here. So you guys need to go and watch it if you haven't already. But I hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah, plenty more film reviews on Jack Shorts coming up very soon. I'll be doing. I've got loads of other more film reviews I'll be doing, so you guys look forward to them. But yeah, that's the end of this one. So thanks for watching this Jack Short on film review, and I'll see you in the next film review on Jack Short. Bye.